In the previous section, you learned about permissions and saw that they have scopes. In this section, we're going to talk about permission types and see what their role is with Azure Active Directory. Let's talk about two key permission types that can be used with Azure Active Directory. First off, your application uses a delegated permission when it's making a Microsoft Graph call on behalf of the user. The user can consent to some permission scopes, such as user.read. We saw that a little bit earlier. But there are some permission scopes that are considered highly privileged, and they would require consent from an administrator. An example of a highly privileged permission scope is channel.delete.all, and that would delete channels in any team on behalf of the signed-in user, and that's why it's a highly privileged one, where an admin would have to approve that. Now, the simplest example, though, of a delegated permission scope is user.read, as you see here, and it's required to call the /me endpoint. This would be used to get a user profile, for example. In Microsoft Graph, all API calls with /me use the currently signed-in user's context. Now, the other permission type is called an application permission. An application permission doesn't require a signed-in user in the app. It's often used when a user isn't present at all, such as a background process or to elevate a permission. An administrator consents to the permission in advance, of course, and then the application can make the different types of calls it needs. An example of an application permission scope is calendars.readWrite, which allows the app to create, read, update, and delete events of all calendars without a signed-in user. Now, it's important to mention that you can't use a /me API for an application permission scope because there is no signed-in user to pull out that information from Microsoft Graph. Many applications that you use out there every day within your company are using delegated permission, where you have to sign in and then they pull data on your behalf, such as your email, your calendar events, your profile, and more. But there's a lot of opportunities for application permissions because the application may need to perform a variety of operations across many users.